Our sponsor is Jared Depew with Mill City Apparel. They're up on Water Street. It's a great little shop on the alley there on Water Street. Jared is someplace. He's upstairs. There he is. Hi, Jared. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to sponsor a show, see me. We're looking for sponsors for next year. Another reminder, tomorrow I have an artist coming in from Cincinnati. He's a regular artist. He paints barns. He's done 3 books. He's going to be, he'll be able to sign a book for you if you're interested in purchasing one of his stone barn books. And he'll be here talking about the way barns we're losing barns across the country, and he's trying to preserve them through art. And so he'll be here tomorrow at 6 if you'd like to come and say hi to him. We've also got an online auction which benefits the pump house and about 9 other galleries. So there's information on that in our gift shop. So at this time, our artists, whichever one wants to be first, Ross, why don't you come on up here? Ross Wheeler and Paul Brown are the artists. Taught him everything he knows about baseball, and he became an artist. And I don't blame him.
It's an honor and pleasure to be here tonight to see family, friends, loved ones. Thank you for coming this evening. As John said, I knew him as Coach Payne in T-ball many years ago. And must have seen something creative even back then when I knocked it off the tee, skipped first base, ran to the pitcher's mound, ran to second base. That's creative thinker. He'll have a show here someday. It's been many years and running into him again and being to reacquaint. It's a privilege, so thank you. But no, this evening I want to thank Mill City Apparel for sponsoring our show. We're very humbled by this opportunity. I've had the honor of training with Paul. Paul was very important in my journey as an artist because for about 10 years I worked with acrylics, and I love acrylics. They're still my first love when it comes to painting. But I started to look at this monster of oil painting and figured out that maybe this is something that can be tamed, but I need someone that knows how to do that well. And we have a mutual friend in Jackson, Bob Eisnagel of Eisnagel Custom Framing. And Sarah, we're blessed to see you here tonight. We're so glad to have you with us. We're a mutual friend and framer. And he recommended, I told him, I said, I'm looking to get into oil painting. I'm really interested in plein air. And that's where you go on site, you paint from a beautiful scene, you don't have a reference picture, you don't have a lot of time, you got to move quickly. So I'm intrigued by both. And he said, well, I know a gentleman that just so happens to specialize in both of those things. His name's Paul Brown, and you need to get in touch with him. And I did, and that led to an incredible opportunity in summer of 21 to get to train one-on-one with Paul. He was not by any means a destructive critique, he was a constructive critic, and he was a constructive teacher. He never once broke things down, he never once diminished, he never once defeated, he encouraged. And what was incredible about him was he helped me to create a bridge from acrylic with the skill set that I'd already developed to be able to walk across that bridge and utilize most, if not all, of those skills in oils. And that's an incredible mentor and teacher and instructor to be able to make that happen. And I remember the analogy that came to mind as I was working with it. I may have said it to you, I can't remember. We were thinking of like acrylics at times feels like checkers, but oils can feel like chess. And he was incredible because I remember thinking, same board, but different purposes for every piece. And he was so kind to take the time to say, this is the rook, this is the bishop, this is the queen, this is, there's its purpose, here's the order, and helped me to understand this monster that I still don't have tamed fully yet, but it's a journey, and that was what he taught best out of everything, is this is ongoing, you never peak, and you keep getting better, you keep pushing your abilities. So that's a wonderful, wonderful mentor to have, and I'm blessed and honored for him being the master to be able to show in this show with him. It really, truly is his show, and it celebrates him. And I'm honored by that. Family and friends, I'm so thankful, of course, that all you come, as I said in the beginning. I've got to give a big thanks to my wife. This show would have never happened, in truth, without her, because she was the one that encouraged me to put my work out there. And by out there, when I painted acrylic for years, I would just post it on Facebook and put it in a closet and it would collect dust. And when she opened her clinic in Waverly, she said, I got a blank wall and I need some artwork on it. And I said, "That's great, I'll go to Hobby Lobby and I'll buy you some posters." And she goes, "No, it's, I want your work on it." And I put it off. I didn't do it originally, and then I came up with other excuses. Well, they're not framed, and I got to get them down to Bob, and and I can't hang them if they're not framed. And she said, "No, get command strips, get them up. The walls are blank. I want your work on it." And so I put the work out there. They received very positive reception from people, which I wasn't prepared for. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just put it up and wondered what would happen next. And then a couple of them sold. And then she's like, "You got to get to work now. I've got 2 blank spots on the wall, so let's get going." But that started a chain reaction, a stair step of just like, there's something to this, and I really enjoy this. My life's in the classroom. I've been in 17 years. I love my students. Told the ones that showed up tonight and may still be here that they are the guests of honor because they're that validation in my calling and career and what I love to do, and they get to continue and become the artists that they're called to be. And with all that being said, as far as my appreciation for everyone here, I really value them because they're with me the most. They get to see that side, the educator side of things. So tonight, I hope you have enjoyed the show, and I hope you continue to do so. I'm going to hand it over to Paul because I'm a school teacher. I can talk for 6 hours straight and still
Well, I'm too honored to be here tonight. I've had a couple of shows in other places, and I can remember having my first show in Jackson at the Marquette. And Pete Wilson from the paper down at Jackson asked me, he said, "What's one of your ambitions as an artist?" And I said, "Well, I'd kind of like to have a show sometime at the Pump House." And so here we are tonight. And I too, I want to keep this short, but I too have a lot of people to thank. First of all, I want to thank my wife, Denise. I don't know where she is, somewhere around here. But anyway, thank you, Denise, for putting up with me. There she is. Hi! She tolerates me. No, but I thank her because a lot of times I'll go down to my little studio in the basement, or I'll go to the neighbor's studio and spend several hours there, especially since I've been retired, and she puts up with it. There's things I can do at the house, but she lets me do my thing, and I appreciate that. My son Mike is here somewhere too. There he is up there. Yeah, hi Micah. And I want to say hi to him and thank him. I wanted to also thank Bob Eisnagel because some of the pictures here are from Eisnagel Custom Picture Framing. So I've been paid. So I wanted to thank Bob, especially, again, I want to keep it short. I want to thank all the ladies that worked to put up the paintings. I appreciate them. I love them all. Don't get mad at me, Denise. And but I want to thank Ross too, because it was his insistence that I be included in this show. So thank you, Ross. I appreciate it. That's all.
Thank you, Paul. Give them both a big round of applause. They put in a lot for and thank you all for coming. Thanks Hazel Tanner. She's putting this on Facebook right now, so thanks Hazel. She comes and does our shows for us. We really appreciate it. So thank you all and enjoy the show.